Good morning and welcome to the weekly analysis for the week of November 5th through the 10th. This week, I'm doing something a little different again, another week. We actually have, and I don't know why I've set myself up for this, but we have about 26 assets to go over. They're either going to be an order block, a weekly order block, or in a position to either buy or sell. So, and I'll explain it as I go through it. So first we have Audi Chef. So currently, as you can see, there was a break of structure, price pulled back to retest that area, gave push back down, gave a double bottom. So now we have liquidity here. And let me just put this here and just show liquidity. So we have liquidity here. So price is currently, last week price pushed up into a weekly order block. So I'm expecting price to pull back into this zone, and because price has been bearish, I'm looking for price to push back up into the zone and continue selling back down. Now, the week ended with a weekly candle with no wicks, so okay, or very little wick. So price could I think it may pull back a little bit and then tap into the zone for a couple of days and then give you some kind of maybe a bearish daily order block or something. So yeah, so I'm looking for price to come tap into this give a reaction, give some kind of, like I said, a bearish order block or some kind of break of structure on the smaller time frame, possibly the 1 hour, or even possibly the 4 hour. So let's see. Let me go back to the daily. So we have a daily here. Now let's go to the 4 hour. That is, so this was the push up. This was the break of structure, the pullback, push up. So there was an initial break violation of this order block here. Price pulled back into it and then broke this low. Okay. Price never came back to this area. So this is, to me, retesting this area or this initial break or this zone that never got retested. So I'm guessing price is going to pull back into this order block. If it doesn't pull into the order block, at least to retest price action, this wick, because that wick is there for a reason, to test this zone here and then possibly sell to the downside. Of course, you would wait for price to get here, give you some kind of show its hand on whether it's selling to the downside or not. And then I would say that this probably can get traded all the way back down to this zone. This imbalance here, if I go back to the higher time frame on the weekly, it was a bullish order block. So I would see price pushing back down into this order block. Okay. For about at least 250 pips. So, and like I said, I think it will break structure to the downside. One, because we have liquidity here. Two, I don't think price would come this low, but we don't know. It could come and grab this low. Let's go to high time frame. Okay, so it could come and sweep this low before going back up. But once it reaches this zone, I would need to see it break below, break these lows, pull back, and then you can take it to this low. And that is approximately probably the same amount of pips, 260 pips. So that's what I see for Auto Chef. So next week, although this was a bullish week, based off the previous week's order block. So I would definitely, again, wait for price. If it doesn't break this high and starts breaking structure to the downside, I would be selling it to these lows. Okay. AutoCAD. Let's see. It was, why did I have this on the chart? Okay, we're gonna take this one off the chart. All right, AUDJPY. AUDJPY is currently pretty much at a very strong resistance level, right? So what I see is price pushed up, price broke structure. So once it broke structure, it pulled back to the 88, pushed down, pull back, and my guess is it will, it did break this low. My guess is it's likely going to tap into this area of resistance and do the same thing and sell down to, you can definitely take it to these lows, or so from here to here, it's about 444 pips. I would definitely target these lows here, or this area here. And then you can go down to me. I stay on the 1 hour. If price then breaks through on the 1 hour, I'll wait for a pullback and then take it to these lows here. Okay. So that's what I see for AUDJPY. Let's go to the daily. And it could sweep this high maybe, but definitely look at price once it gets to this zone. So let me go down to the 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour. Yeah. Let me go back to the 4 hour. So price is currently in the wicks of this order block. So I would be looking for, it may not even reach this zone here, but I would definitely be looking for something during market open on Sunday. Looking for some kind of reaction. But of course, this is your swing low. So I would need to see it break the low. That's your current swing low. So if price pulls back and then pushes back and breaks this high, then you can move your swing low wherever that pullback comes back to. And then once price breaks that low, wherever that may be, then you can get in for the pullback for a continuation of a sell. Okay. Next, we have AUD NZD. Okay, why did I put, okay, AUD NZD. So AUD NZD, the only reason I put this one on the charts for this week, one, it's at a very strong resistance level. Two, all the other AUD pairs we possibly are expecting to sell. So with that being said, although this pulled back to this zone daily, we have a daily break of structure. So we had a push up, we had this pullback, basic market structure, right? You had this push up, this pull back, this push up, this pull back, and this last push up. And then price broke the low. Okay. So with that being said, so once that pushed up and then came and broke structure to the downside or a chalk, we should be expecting a pullback probably to this area here. Let's see something. Yeah, probably to this area here and then selling down to I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna put it above that high here, and you can either take it to fill that imbalance, you can take it to fill this imbalance. Once it gets there, that's 169 pips, 170 pips. Once it gets there, I would definitely watch it because price could possibly so overall price has been bullish, right? Or once I look at it like this, it hasn't been that bullish. So price made a higher high and then broke structure to these. Let's see. This was the swing. That's the high. Pulled back to the 78, almost to 88, and then started. So it's consolidating, but so this is what I think then. With that being said, I think price will pull back to possibly fill the imbalance. If I'm looking at institutional candles, this is the last down move before the up move. So I would definitely watch price come here, and then see what happens, because if it doesn't break these lows, as you can see, we're creating higher highs, higher lows. These are higher lows. So price may just be pushing back to then push up to this zone here. Okay. Because for me, on the higher time frame, all this was consolidating for such a long time, and then price broke structure to the top side, breaking these highs. breaking this high, this high. Again, price pulled back, cleared the imbalance, and then broke structure to the top side. So there may be a pullback to continue buying up. So either way, I'm watch price at the zone and see what happens. If you get an hourly, oh yeah. So you see there was an order block here. There was rejection, rejection, and then a pushback to this area. So price could be coming to target this low here. Yeah, I personally think it's going to be selling. So so we might get a pullback, like I said, up into this zone here. Again, price action because of this wick for me. And then a continuation or a sell down. That would be my first target. And then my next target would be here. All right, AUD USD. I feel like I don't know if these were marked up from last week or what. So as we see here, price broke structure. We're on the weekly, right? And then we got an impulsive move to the top side. So I would definitely be looking for price to react from this zone here, maybe just a pullback to here and then continue buying up. Again, this is an AUD pair, so maybe a little pullback to break through here and then continue buying up. Or price may come and push down. Right now, I see it only pushing down to here and then possibly buying back up. But if it does break these lows, then it's probably coming to target these lows. Okay. But what it looks like is it appears that price pushed up, has pulled back, didn't break these lows, and is breaking structure to the top side. So this may be, and this is against the US dollar. So we know that the dollar is selling right now. And I think I posted in the group where the dollar is approaching a very strong support level, which means it probably is going to bounce off the support level and start just do a pullback, a buy up for a pullback, which means this will pull back. And then once the dollar pullback happens or finishes for a continuation of a sell, and not a pullback, a correction. Let me say it so everybody understands. So this may be the correction for a push up to the top side. And definitely the first oops. My first target would be My first target would probably be these highs here. So approximately 600 pips. Once we get a breakout and then pull back and then a buy up. Okay. All right. Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin. Looks like Bitcoin broke out here. Okay. And is retesting this initial break. We see that price has been bullish. So price could tap into clear this imbalance here, could come back and give us a pullback to the zone here. Okay, and then continue to the possibly continue to the top side. But there is an imbalance here that it can come to. Like I said, and then pull back, and then because we had this impulse move, so we're looking for some kind of correction for a continuation. So that's what I see for Bitcoin. Cat Chef. Let's see. So the first thing I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is, as we can see, price broke out, pulled back to the trend line, gave us a bullish order block. Did not break this low. So we're probably going to get a pullback to we're probably going to get a pullback to this zone here, and then go back into the order block. And then my first target would be here, which is an order block. That would be my first target here. Okay. And we're talking approximately, it's definitely a swing trade, approximately 625 pips. All right. That's what I see for or maybe this will be the first target if you want to do some intraday trading. This may be not as you want to do a couple of weeks, a few weeks trading, one, because we have an order block here. So price can come anywhere between the body and the wicks of this order block, pull back, and then possibly continue to the top side. So that would be my first target, 313 pips. And depending on what price gives, once it pushes to the top side, it might break structure, pull back, and then to the top side. So, and if you really want to swing it, because price broke structure here, right? So, and price has been bearish. This is the last major swing high. This is the major swing high. Price could push up to the 78, which is a great zone. Here it is definitely a great area of resistance here, and then push down some more. So I would definitely wait for price to show its hand. But from here, I see this is the swing. As you can see, this is the low. This one came back to that zone. So that's the mood I would be expecting for CAD Chef. CAD JPY. CAD JPY. Currently, this is what I see. Okay. So we have, let me just mark here. So price looked like it wicked past this high here. Actually, this was a breaker structure here. So CAD JPY. I think the JPYs have another push to the top side in it before selling. So because we had a break here, breaker structure here, we have a pullback into the order block. Pushed up, pushed back, and then gave a bullish order block. So I do believe price is going to but I'm definitely watching, well, I'm not watching CAD JPY, but I'm watching GJ. It is at a zone where price is either going to go from a bullish order block to a bearish order block. And if that is the case, then I would be looking for sales. But right now, I'm looking for one additional push on GJ. And I'm expecting GJ to pull back into, call me crazy, either here or this zone here. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for one additional push for GJ. So I'm expecting it to come back up here somewhere. Of course, because now once this broke, this area here, this is our swing low, not anything here in between. Price can come anywhere in between here. Price can come anywhere between here and here. Okay. Between here and here. This is the zone. Because it broke structure. You got to pull back. Price could come back down here into this order block. Price can come back down here and then push up. But I think price is pushing up. Next week, I think price is going to push all the way up to here. So with that being said, we're talking about 469 pips right now. That's my guess on CAD JPY. We shall see. Okay. So yeah. So next we have your 30 on the weekly. There is a bullish order block. So as we see, price broke structure here. We got a push up and then a break of these lows, which was liquidity here. Price did not break these lows, and gave a bullish order block. Now, price could buy up to here and then sell, or let's see, since price broke here, we're gonna fib the move. Okay. And then I'm also going to use my trend line here. So price may not even come up there. It may, or it could. It could. I think it may come here and then possibly sell down to the lows, or price is going to break through the trend line, break through this level of support, and then push to the top side. So it all depends on what the market wants to do. Again, I would expect it to come up here and then drop, because price wick passed here and then sold and broke structure to the downside. Okay, that's what I see for JUR 30. And I'm gonna mark this up so I can remember what I said. I'll just take it to here. Or price is going to pull back, break, and continue it to the top side. All right. Euro AUD, as we can see. Price has been bullish, right? Price has been bullish, broke structure, pulled back, did not break above this order block, this high, and started breaking lows, this low. Did it break that low? Not quite yet. So why did I have this on the chart? I can't remember. I think this one may be, I would wait for price to break this low here, because price could just come into this zone and then start pushing back up. Okay. Broke all these highs. So yeah, price could just pull back here, give a double bottom, and then start pushing back up into to mitigate that there. All right. That's what I see for Euro AUD. But until it breaks structure to the downside, I'm yeah, I'm biased. So price could come into this order block here and then start either buying up to the top side or pull back to the trend line and continue selling to the downside. but it has broke a trend. It's broken a trend. Euro Chef. Back on the weekly. Euro Chef is approaching a very strong weekly order block, as well as a weekly trend or level of resistance. Okay, so price could pull back. Price could pull back into the order block, pull back down to fill this imbalance. That was accurate. Pull back down to fill the imbalance. That's at least 100 pips. Probably to this zone here. Could possibly be a head and an inverted head and shoulders to then continue to the top side. Oops. That would be the first target. But I definitely would need to see it break above here, this order block, and then look for, again, once, if it doesn't break, if it just comes to this zone and starts pulling back, I would be looking for price to come back to this area here. And then if it gives you any bullish momentum, then get into the buy up to my first target would be this order block here. My first target would be this order block here, which is approximately, if I say from here to here, 765 pips. Okay. And then it probably will pull back. And it'll probably tap here first, or wick past these highs first, pull back, and then go to the order block. So you can definitely first target these highs, wait to see what price is going to do, pull back, and then to the order block. Then you might get a little pullback, and then you have some other zones that you can target for. The first one would be this zone here. But definitely this is what I would be looking for in the upcoming week or two. This upcoming week, looking for price to pull back, and then possibly buy up. Okay. Euro GBP. Let's see. It looks like price came to a support, acted as resistance, sold, retested this area, gave a weekly bearish order block. However, it filled in, as you can see, it filled in an imbalance, right? So once price pulls back into this order block, you would want to look for a break of structure to the downside. You don't want to see it break this high. As long as it doesn't break this high and you start seeing a break of structure, once it comes back, I'm saying to this zone, and you see a break of structure, then you can take it down to these lows. And I would just mark up, this would be my zone here. Okay, so Again, it should be from here to here is about 190 pips. That would be my trade for the possible week, a couple of weeks. Or you may get knocked out in a few days. Okay. But I would definitely, again, once price pulled back here, look for the break of structure to the downside on a smaller time frame, a 4-hour bearish order block, or it may even come to this order block and then start selling. Then I would definitely be getting in for the sales towards this low. If you want to target this low first, that could be your immediate target for the week. That will probably be a few days, 3 or 4 days. And then if price breaks from here, then you can trade it down to here. And that would be another 80 pips. So that's what I see for Euro GBP. Euro JPY. I have a weekly bullish order block. Okay. I have a weekly bullish order block. Price is currently, so you have an order block here. And I'm just gonna put, because that's a very strong level right there. So with it being a bullish order block, it is in an order block. So price could give you a bearish order block at this point right here. Okay. Price could give you a bearish order block next week. Price could sell down all week if it wants to, give you a bearish order block, pull back, and then sell down. Again, this is a something against the JPY, so it may give it. This may give one more push. 1, 2, 3. Euro JPY looks like it is ready to sell. Because structure is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, for price to break, pull back, and then continue to sell. All right. Euro NZD. Euro NZD. What I see is price pushed up and then price broke structure. Price pulled back into an order block, didn't break this high, and then started selling. Gave a hard sell for the week. Gave a bearish order block. So, and if I draw my trend line, price broke out, pushed back in, and then broke back out. So price is probably going to continue selling, do a little pullback, might not even make it to the order block, maybe or maybe not. Now, okay, so let me rephrase this because this was the breaker structure. So to be honest with you, this is how I see market structure. You have price here, you have price here, and then you have price here. and then price pulled back and started pushing up, breaking structure. So I see it pushing here and possibly pushing up some more, because technically, this is my swing low. This is my swing low. Until price broke this high, everything below there to the low is the low, right? So it could break this low and then continue buying up. So that's what I see for Euro NZD. Even if it is going to sell, it would have to break. And to me, it's got to break. So this is a low, and that pushed up, and then this is a low. And then, yeah, I guess that's a low. I guess we can consider that a low. But for me, this is the structure right here. So once price, and now that I'm even looking closer and closer, so you had this push up, this pull back, this push up, this pull back, this push up, this pull back. So it would have to break this low for me to look for sales. But, and I always want to say that I am a technical trader and not a fundamental trader. And also for me, this is just a very strong level of support and resistance here. So, and price tapped into it. And I think it is going to continue to the top side. That's my thought about it. And I'm sticking to it. Okay. Next, we have Euro USD. Euro USD. So price had been breaking structure to the top side. And we had a push up, and then a break of structure to the downside. So because price has been breaking structure to the top side, we're going to fib here to here. So price pulled back to the almost to 50%. Okay. And then started giving bullish momentum. Now, we don't know if price is going to now. We don't know. No. Yeah, let me try this real quick. Let's see. We don't know if price is going to push up here to the 78, which is an imbalance, right? And then come back down to the negative 27. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, the negative 27 or the 618. Either or is in alignment with the push up to come back to the 618, which is almost 50% of the imbalance, or the 78, which is in the wicks of an order block. Okay, so this could push back to here and then push up to the negative 27. Does that make sense? And a negative 27 is to clear this imbalance. And if it pushes up to the negative 61, that would have broken structure. If it closes above here, it would have broken structure. But it may just push up and clear this imbalance and then start selling back down. Okay. So this was the low that broke structure. So actually the swing high is right here. So price could come up to the negative 61 without breaking the swing high. This is the major swing high. If we're following market structure, push down, push up. It has to break here in order for this. This would have to break here in order for this to be a swing high. This would have had to break here. Okay, because it did not. This is not a swing high. Okay, let me do that again. Because this did not break here, this is not the swing high. This is just a low. This is a high. This is the swing high. This is the swing low. And then once price broke it, then the highest point became the swing high. Okay. So with that being said, price could come back up to the negative 618 without breaking the swing high and then start selling back down. And when I say start selling back down, it can come back to this low here, these lows. Okay. And, you know, once I draw my trend line, price could push back here, push back up here. This definitely has to break, and then, but yes. Okay. All right. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. GJ, my baby. Okay. Like I said, I feel like price is going to come up here. I feel price is going to come up here. And so why I say that, this was the order block that got violated, and it never completely retested the order block. It came in a little bit, came back in this zone, came back in this little bit of this imbalance, but I think it's going to pull back in here, if not up to here. And the reason I'm just saying here, because this is just a very strong support and resistance level. So I think it's going to push up into here, and then I think it's going to break structure to the downside. Once that happens, it'll the pullback for a continuation of a sell. And I think that if you're doing day trading, you can trade to here. It's a good level. You can trade to here. That's another zone. I personally think it's probably going to sell all the way down to I think it's going to sell all the way down to here, to be honest. for this to be mitigated. So depending on how you get in, how you get out, I would trade from here to, oops. I would trade from this zone to this zone, get my coins and see what happens. Okay. And then if it decides it wants to push back up and then sell back down some more, you can catch it going back up and then you can catch it going back down. And then I watch my chart on the 1 hour. So if price breaks through here, I would wait for, if it gives me a bearish order block below this zone, then I'm looking to trade my zone from here to here. Okay. It could even come all the way down to here. Maybe pull back or push back up to here and then drop all the way down to here. But I will be playing my zones from zone to zone. That's how I trade, from zone to zone. So, but I am looking for price to pull back to this area here to then push back to the top side, possibly. Possibly. Okay. That's what I see for GJ. GN. GN. So we had to push up, we had to pull back, and we had to push up, and then we had the break of structure. Okay. So this was the low. That was the break. So if I had to look, mark it up, I would say price is coming back up to probably the 618. Maybe the 78, but it's looking like the 618 to me. That filled an imbalance. This filled an imbalance. So I would be watching for price, say 4 hour. Price would either have to break these highs if it's going to push up, right? Or price is going to break the lows. So price broke here, broke this wick past this low, filled this imbalance, and then pushed up and gave a bullish order block. So price may be, let's see. So my price may come back up to here and then sell back down to the 78. So that being said, price may push up to here and then push back down to the 78. And then with that being said, it may push back down to the 78, or it may continue selling to the downside. Okay. So yeah, I think it may pull back here and then possibly continue selling to the downside. Yeah. Once price gets here, you'll know what it's going to do. It's probably going to give you some kind of and why I say that, it's a very strong key level, right? I'm just like looking at my key levels. So push here and then continue selling out. You have liquidity here. So if price comes here and starts breaking structure to the downside, you might as well go ahead and take, which is at the 38.2. Now, what I know about what I have seen and studied, and the 38 point, if it comes back to the 23 and the 38.2, price is going to the negative 61 before it gives another pullback. Okay, so let's go back to the weekly. The negative 61 is another strong key level. So there's an order block there. So I would definitely expect price to push here and sell to the negative 618. All right. That's what I see for GN. GU. Just put on my trend line. I'm sure this came and started breaking structure, right? So with that being said, because price has been bearish, it broke structure. Price is probably going to pull back to our 78 and then sell down to and then sell down to these lows here, probably even lower. I don't know why is this chart FXCM? How the heck did I do that? Hold on, y'all. GBP USD. Who said? Okay, let's try this again. GU. Okay. Let's delete that one. Because this chart looking wonky. Looking wonk. Okay. So it looked like I already had it marked up. So I would be expecting price to come back here. And then I really had it marked up already. And I would just sell to these, well, let me do this. I would sell to this order block here. We're talking 900 and is that 954 pips? Yeah, 954 pips to this order block, because then we don't know what it's going to do after that. And if we fib, although we fibbed the down move, right? And then price push back almost to the 78 and then started breaking structure. It's probably going to come even lower. But I would definitely take it to here, because then you'll probably get a pullback and then another sell down. So with that being said, back to here is the 50% 618 for a sell down to past the negative 27. So that's what I would be looking for GU. NAS. Okay. NAS, I had, so I'm marking up my trend. As we can see, prices broken structure. We have a correction. It is at a very strong level of resistance, not just on the trend line, but also just a level of resistance here. Okay. So price tapped, tap, 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 tap. So come next week, I'm expecting definitely a very strong pullback, and it can pull back to the order block. It can pull back to the bottom, to the wick here, possibly create a double bottom. It didn't fill in this wick, this imbalance, but sometimes or this is not US 30, this is NAS. So I would expect it to at least pull back to fill this imbalance here. And I'm sure it was a strong push up because the dollar was strongly pushing down. But as we mentioned earlier, the dollar is coming to a very strong support level. So it is probably going to push back up for maybe a week or two, a few days, maybe, I don't know, maybe a week or 2 or 3, which means this will start selling for the week or 2 or 3. So I definitely would expect for price to come back and at least retest this area here. Okay. Before possibly buying back up. All right. So as long as this is the swing high, and I just moved it up because I wanted to mark the swing high. Long as price doesn't break this high, then I will be looking for possible sells. Okay. Yep. As long as price doesn't break this high, I'm looking for sells. Next we have NZD CAD. Apparently I had this one marked up too. So price, this was a swing here. Price is back to the trend line. Price is at a weekly order block. All right. So we're gonna mark up the order block here. So price is in the zone. Of course, on the lower time frame for like a 4-hour or maybe even a 1 hour, I would be looking for either price to tap into the trend line and give a bearish order block. Price needs to create some kind of structure though. And then sell to the downside, or price is going to break the trend line, break past this high, and then start buying to the top side. Okay. So if you see initially, because structure was broken, right? Price was so that's what happened. So price broke structure, price pulled back, and not just pulled back, but to the trend line, as we see here, almost to the 78, but it did tap into the 618, which we know is a sign of reversal. Let me go to the weekly. The weekly didn't show me anything. Let's see what the monthly. The monthly shows that it filled an imbalance. It filled this imbalance. Sniper entry. Okay. And then started pushing up to the top side. So as we can see, price broke, pushed back, sold back down, broke structure to the top side, pulled back, did not break this low, and started breaking structure to the top side. So I would be expecting price to give a little pullback somewhere to this order block to continue to selling to the top side. Okay. And looking for price to reach at least the negative 27. From a macro standpoint, from a major major structure, this is the swing high. This is the swing low. Oh, what? Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Visible into, I don't know what that means. Well, I think I remember my templates. That's weird. This is the swing low. And this is your swing high. Okay. So, and I'm sure this negative 27 is, because we know price was bearish, has been bearish, right? I'm sure from the major swing high to the major swing low, this is the 88. I was going to say 78, but this is the 88 that price can come to and then start selling down some more. Okay. So that's where we are with NZD-CAD. NZD-JPY. Again, looking for price to, which it has already done. So here's a strong level here. Okay. So price tapped to this zone. Let's go down to price broke this level of structure, pulled back, started breaking structure again, broke this structure here. So price is at the around the 88, but possibly filling in this imbalance. Possibly filling in this imbalance. However, because this is a strong move, price would have to like move expeditiously, okay, to break these lows, right? Or come in here, create some kind of structure, pull back, and then break some lows up in here. But yeah, so prices at a zone, although was it a weekly order block? Yeah, it was a weekly order block. So price could pull back to the order block, the wick of the order block, and then $174 pips, 233 pips possibly, or 200 pips. Pull back to the wick, and then possibly continue buying up, or come and break structure, break these lows, push back, and then sell down. Okay. That's what I see for NJ. NU. NU. Okay. NU on the weekly. Pullback gave bullish momentum. Okay. Now this is a key level here. Okay. So for me, although it gave a bullish momentum, I would definitely need to see a break above these highs for a pullback, and then, or it comes here, creates a double top, pullback, and then a buy to the top side. That's what I see for NU. US 30. US 30, my other baby. Again, there's a very strong level of support and resistance on the trend line. There's a very strong level of support and resistance here. I would need to, it's within an order block. It's in the wicks of an order block. It would have to break these highs here for me to look for buys. But for now, because we've had weeks of selling, we've had a break of structure, right? We had a break here, a break here. This could be the correction for a sell down, for price to come and mitigate this imbalance here. So I am personally looking for sales this week. So it might even come to this zone here, push down. Of course, it would have broken this high, push down. Come back to sell, probably to this zone here. There's price down here it needs to mitigate. But for me, I would take it from here to here, which is over 1,300 pips, and then see what happens. Then see what happens. Okay. But of course, I'm not selling until I see some kind of break of structure from somewhere in this area, from somewhere in this zone. And if I want to expand the zone, somewhere in here. Expand the zone from here to here. And I say that because there's still there's a little bit of imbalance, not a little bit, a lot of imbalance from here to here that hasn't been mitigated. I don't think it's going to, I think it's based on price action. It might come up here and then drop. So it may come here and drop. Yeah. That's my thoughts for US 30. USD CAD. So USD CAD. USD CAD. That did sweep and break that high. But it didn't break that high. Gave a bearish order block. It's within a bullish order block. So, again, we said that the Dixie was at a level of resistance, which would be this right here. Right. So price may push back. It could keep pushing up or may just push back to the 78 and then start selling again. But I would definitely wait for price to break below here and then start selling. Okay. That's USD CAD. US oil. Let's see, what did I have for US oil? So US oil, so price was bullish at one point. Price pulled back, did not break the low, and then started breaking structure to the top side. Okay, so once it started breaking structure to the top side, it's pulling back. It's currently at a key level. Okay, so, and this is the current swing low. That's the current swing low right there, right? So this could be coming, create a double bottom and could continue buying up. It's within the order block. So it could pull back here and then continue buying up. However, if it breaks this low, breaks this trend line, I would say you can wait for the pullback to start selling. First to this low, then to these lows, or this low. Let me put it there. Then to this low, and this low if it goes that far. I don't think so. I think it's gonna buy up. So my bias is always buy until you can't buy anymore, sell until you can't sell anymore. So we've had weeks of bullish, pullback, another bullish, a correction, and I think there's probably going to be one more push up, possibly to this imbalance, possibly to this order block, possibly to these highs. Okay. That's my thoughts on US oil. Gold. Gold. Gold is currently filling an imbalance. Okay. Let me push the zone up here. That's where the high is. Gold is currently filling an imbalance. It reacted to the imbalance last week by selling. We could get another bullish order block. What I see is this was the last price broke structure here, right? So that made this the last swing low. Price pulled back. So my guess is that price is going to continue buying. That's my guess. However, price is at a level where it could pull back first and then because it did break structure here, it broke structure here, filled this imbalance, it just could pull back and then continue buying up. Okay. That's what I see for gold. Whew. And that concludes today's weekly analysis. I won't be doing that again. But anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to join the weekly call, the daily calls, and the Saturday calls. Happy trading.